If you're sending anything by infrared, the infrared works up to about 5 feet. If you try to do it at 5 feet, it's not going to work too well. You basically want to be about a foot apart. If you're too close, then you have problems with aligning it. If you're too far apart, then a lot of times the signal doesn't go there. So about a foot, foot and a half. Basically, think of it as 1 to 3 feet is the limit that I've used it at. Charging. These things come with the cable, and I didn't bring actually a charger. They also had charging cradles available for it. And the later models, they didn't sell them with the charging cradles. Problem with it is you have to match the bottom port with the connectors. So if you find them, they make it easier because you just dock the unit on it. Otherwise, you have to keep popping it on and off. Let's see, charging.
How long?
What?
How long? 3 hours.
3 to 4 hours is normal for the charging of these. They don't have rapid chargers available. That's why when I was using them, I bought this little thing. This fits my 71, and it uses a 9-volt battery to charge it.
So good for 4 hours.
It would give me about a 90% charge in about 15 minutes.
And what's the charge good for then?
It would last about 2 to 3 hours. You basically wind up using it plugged in with a battery hanging off the bottom of it.
So you can only, in a practical sense, you can use it maybe for 1, maybe 2 classes max per day, and you got to pull it back in and recharge it then.
Not really, because these will actually, that's if you're using it constantly, but you actually don't use them constantly. The data entry time is when you're going to be using it, when you're switching screens, that kind of thing, refreshing screens. So I've gone, like on the older ones, the non-rechargeables, the older ones
Had a pack.
use 2 AAA batteries.
Oh.
And I've used these things for 2 to 3 weeks before I had to replace a set of batteries. On the rechargeable ones, I've used them probably 4 to 5 days between recharges. And I said I used to use this daily. I was using this as my laptop computer at one point. That's why I had the keyboards. So when I was going to workshops, that's what I was using to take notes with. And they were running 4 to 5 hours at a time. So it does work for a long period of time. Digitizer calibration. When you turn these things on the first time, what's going to happen is there's 4 screens that show up that you have to go through. And that basically is going to be the digitizer calibration. And what that requires you to do is hit a target, different parts of the screen. On the E's, you have 3 targets that you have to go through. And from what I've seen, you have to go through it twice. And you have to do, there is actually a button inside of the icons for you to do that after you get started with it. If I can remember where it's located. In the preferences, touchscreen, it runs through this screen here. So what you have to do is you have to recalibrate. The purpose behind recalibration is if you don't do this, I have one over here that actually went bad, where you can play with this thing, but no matter where you touch on the screen alignment has gone off by 1/2 inch. So it's a 1/2 inch below the screen now, and for all practical purposes, this one's dead, because I cannot reset the screen on this one. That's one of the things you're going to find, or that's the most common reason why these things go bad. The digitizers get knocked off alignment, and then it's hard to reset them back to the original. There are some websites that tell you how to do it, but I haven't bothered with it because it just gave me a headache with it. So you have to go to digitize calibration. It asks you to set up date and time. It asks you to set up location. So there is a setting for Hawaii, and that's just to maintain the date and time. And then there's a tutorial menu that you can go through that basically runs through how to use it, and there's actually a game embedded in it for use with the graffiti. So what happens is you have to be setting letters, and you have to enter proper strokes to make the letter disappear before it hits the bottom. And kids like to play with that. Preferences, okay. The preference panel, That's where you're gonna see most of your resets or realignment on these things. So I use the touchscreen a lot. The one headache I will warn you about is security. Since these things, there's no way to lock them out, the kids can actually go into the security page, set a password on it, and if they forget the password, you can't get into them. That's where you're going to be resetting the devices. By the same token, on the laptops, go ahead and set up at least one laptop that has all the software that you want to have on it. You can use